Welcome to the Hey John Show. I'm your host, John. And on today's episode, I want to dedicate this to Maga. And the title of this episode is Maga is a Cult. And, before I get, attacked on YouTube, and listen, I'm tough. So, you can say whatever you want to say about me. When I when I respond, when I talk back harder, okay? And I want to explain to you guys why MAGA is a cult. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to give you irrefutable evidence that it's a cult. Okay? The now you immediately you're going to assume that I'm a Democrat and I'm actually independent. I Both sides, in my opinion, are culpable in what's going on, but the right more so. And it's because they've convinced a group of people that they are better than someone else, than others. And if you want to argue that point with me, I will gladly come on your show and I can prove to you why. And you may say, well, why, John? Why do you believe that MAGA is a cult?
Fault because it literally is making you look at
Thoughts. And what I mean by that is you can see something with your eyes and believe it's something else. And they've done a great job doing that. And I'm going to use just one example. There are many examples, but I'm going to use the example of the woman who in Minnesota last week who was shot by the ICE agent. There's been a lot of argument saying, well, F around and find out she got what she deserved. And I'm asking myself, where's the humanity, right? In the situation, right? A woman was shot and killed. The officers on duty didn't allow a doctor who was there to take a look at her, and they blocked the street from where ambulances could get to her to administer aid. And MAGA people are okay with that. They are okay with that. And we're gonna watch a video together, and then I'll talk after. But we're gonna watch a video together, real quick, of who I think is one of the biggest sounding MAGA folks, Jesse Waters. And we're going to watch his Fox News segment because I think Fox is the propaganda channel for the MAGA movement. There's Newsmax, there's others, but we're going to focus on this. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch a good chunk of it. And I'm going to comment on this. Here we go. And let me just make sure, that we got audio shared because I want you guys to hear what they say. And we're in theater mode, and let's watch.
Test activity or anything seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
They also said she was a legal observer.
She died trying to be a legal assistant to legal observer to look out for the interests of the most vulnerable members of our community. And she leaves behind a lot of people who love and admire her.
None of this is true. New video from the ICE agent that was rammed was just released, proving he was hit. The woman was there to block the op, and she wasn't a lawyer. Watch.
If my goal was to lose my embarrassing guts and get ripped in 2026 and I had a crazy business schedule, I do.
Okay, so we're gonna get here. I want to back up a little bit.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face.
Okay, so let's stop right here. He's holding a cell phone in his hand, so you see the cell phone, right?
I'm not mad at It's okay, we don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Now, we don't know whether this woman intended to hit the agent with the car or was peeling off, but she accelerated right towards him. Legally, looks justified. But we wish the officer hadn't been in front of the car. It appears he fired his weapon as he was getting clipped. The woman, on foot, calling the agent fat, was the driver's lesbian partner. And they didn't just make a wrong turn and get stuck in the snow. They'd been stalking the ICE officers all day, interfering with their raids. Video shows the car was blocking traffic for 4 minutes, refusing to leave and not complying with orders. And she waited until the agent was...
Now, again, Jesse Waters, his job is to make people feel, who are MAGA supporters, that this woman is less than you. He said that she spent 4 minutes blocking traffic. But you notice a car in the video he's showing driving right by her.
Was in front of the car, and the other...
Again, here's the car. That's her car. Car's back here. And here's a car that literally, now she's blocking traffic, is the alleged statement. She's blocking traffic, and a car just drove around her. Okay.
The other agent was grabbing onto the door handle before she accelerated, while the partner screams, "Drive, baby, drive." Fox's DHS sources confirmed today that Renee Good was a trained member of ICE Watch. It's a coalition of activists whose mission it is to make ICE's job as difficult as possible. Here's a flyer from ICE Watch that directs people to block the kidnapper.
Okay. Jesse Waters says it says to block. Where does it say to block? Right here. Block the kidnappers' cars with multiple cars. Understanding there will be legal risks. Direct action. So she's a trained, he says that she's a trained ICE Watch person. Okay.
Cars.
Let's go with
that.
that.
For white witnesses to put their bodies in front of the person that's being kidnapped. See what's going on here? This is an intelligently designed stagecraft. A fellow ICE watcher called Renee an anti-ICE warrior. Now, every vigilante in Minneapolis wants to come out and play.
If I continually see you following us, interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our cars, you have a very high probability of making a really bad decision and being arrested today.
Yeah, there's a lot of ice around here.
Just so you know, if we continue to have you follow us, okay, have fun. Don't make a bad decision today.
These women.
So again, Americans are using their legal right to make sure that ICE doesn't abuse people. And Jesse Waters weaponized and said, hey, the video shows that it's justified. Let's go back. So the officer using a body cam. Let's just see that Jesse Waters tends to miss. Right? Let's just see the things that Jesse Waters tends to just not say as this happens. Watch the video again.
Leaves behind a lot of people who love and admire her.
None of this is true. New video from the ICE agent that was rammed was just released, proving he was hit. The woman was there to block the op, and she wasn't a lawyer. Watch.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. It's okay, we don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Now, we don't know whether this woman intended to hit the agent with the car or was peeling off, but she accelerated right towards him.
Okay. Now, I'm going to challenge Jesse Waters' point because remember, the officer had a cell phone in hand because we saw that when he went around the car. So he circled her. So mind you, prior to this, there were 3 other ICE vehicles that just drove around her. Was she an agitator? Say yes, she was an agitator, right? She's an agitator. She was upset about what ICE was doing. And let's not forget why ICE was even here. ICE is here for this Somalian raid that was already handled by Joe Biden back in 2024. The ringleader of the was a white woman who was already arrested. She's serving her time, along with 40 of her employees who were implicated in the crime. They're already serving their time. So we have increased ICE folks in Minnesota because A, Donald Trump doesn't like Tim Walz, so he wants to flex his muscle. Act on a fake story by some fake YouTuber, claimed all this stuff and has already been debunked. It was a bunch of nonsense. But they wanted a reason to flood Minnesota. Fear. And here's the thing. If ICE is going after drug dealers and gang members, I am all for that. You're going door to door with no warrants, harassing citizens, asking them to show you proof they belong here. That's not what they told us, right? After the drug dealers, they were after the rapists, which means that they would have a database of these people and they would have an idea where these people are, and then they would go in and investigate. But that's not what they're doing. Because what MAGA does is they want the people who follow MAGA to feel you are better than anybody else. And Jesse Waters is a mouthpiece of this movement. Now, I can tell you, using technology, that the sound you heard, his hand that had the phone that actually hit the car. He was not hit because we actually saw, because remember, Christine Nome told us that the officer needed immediate medical attention. Your eyes saw him effing. You see him walk off, hop into an SUV and drive off. But they told us that he needed stitches and required medical attention. Jesse Waters has all that. Jesse Waters ignored the fact her Jesse Waters also ignored the fact. Go back here.
Plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
He says that? Okay. Now they're saying get out the car.
Get out of the car.
Right there. Go back. I want you to look at her hands. What are her hands doing?
Get out of the
The driver. What are her hands doing? Oh, her hands are turning the wheel. Not driving straight at the guy. Hands are turning the wheel. You clearly see that in this video. Back again. Watch her hands.
Get out of the mall.
Oh!
Watch her hands. You see in the video, she is turning her wheel away from him. If she wanted to hit him, she would have just kept the wheel steady and went right at him. Video. Turning the wheel. According to Jesse Waters, trying to hit him. Let that sink in for a minute. You just watch from his video. Her hand is turning the wheel, which means that there was no intention. And again, said that she nasty towards him. She may have been nasty or said something to some other ICE agents, but none of them went and shot her. Oh, the guy who was circling the car. Ross told him. Our partner, mouth it off to Discord to agree with what's going on. But according to Maga, this is a lesbian woman who got what she deserved. And to me, that's the problem. The problem is there is no ability for poor behavior. Whatever Trump says is good, it's good. There's no challenge. And the only way that we're going to get out of this mess, we have to fight back. And I'm not talking about fighting back with fists and guns and stuff like that. We need to stand and fight back. Because if we don't, you're not going to have a choice. I want folks to understand, America was built on principles of freedom, democracy, love for all. The behavior of what you see from MAGA, I'm not saying Republicans, I'm saying MAGA, because I believe MAGA is a cult within the Republican Party. It's a cult. It's a cult. Because people who are MAGA supporters, their own eyes, see something and believe it's something else. And if you look at the camera, it goes up and down. Contact is made because his hand was near the hood, and when he backed up, his hand that had the phone hit the hood of the car. That is why the camera angle went up and down. If she deliberately hit him with the car, the camera angle should have went into the direction contact. Backed up and still got hit, it would have went in the total opposite direction. Contact. He was able to shoot. If the car hit him, and he was able to get 3 shots off, folks, again, argument say, well, John, she was blocking the street. Let's go with that argument. Blocking the street. We saw cars go right around her. But let's go with the argument of she was blocking the street. That is the police's job to make her move, not ICE. Not in the jurisdiction of ICE. But of course, MAGA, everything that they're told. And they say, well, hey, she got what she deserved. That's not MAGA's job. That's not ICE's job. That's not their job. That's not part of what they do. They can let the police know. Police can make her move her car, but not ICE. And that's the thing, is people ignore the rules. Again, I'm not going to do it here in this video, Go on the website to see what ICE agents can do and cannot do. As of weekend, uh, their responsibilities have been redacted. So now you can't even see anymore. Side of the government, see what their duties are, what they can and cannot do. Do that. MAGA will be like, hey, yeah, cleaning up the streets, lying to you, lies and falsehoods, falling for it. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. I want to answer, what can we do? What can we do is we need to hold the Democratic Party responsible as well. And what I mean, hold them accountable. The Democratic Party right now is acting. Well, we're just going to wait for the midterms. We're just going to tell the people there's nothing we can do, and we are going to wait to the midterms and take care of it then. My answer to any Democrat in the House or Senate, that's not acceptable. I don't care that you're the minority. That's not acceptable. There are things in place that you can do to keep on fighting. You guys think you're just going to chill? We're just going to vote for you in the midterms? Why do you think they're doing all these raids? They're causing fear because they want people to stay home, because they know people are going to come out. They're going to try to change the policies. They're going to try to go to the Supreme Court and force them to put in policies that have nothing to do with the right to vote. They told you that there were 30, 40 million illegals in this country. But yet, they're not even going after illegals. They're actually going after people who are citizens in the country, people who have protected statuses in the country. And people are okay with it because MAGA makes them feel seen. MAGA makes them feel good. I'm telling you, it's a cult. And it's a cult that tells you, that uses the Bible, the Word of God. Franklin Graham, he would be ashamed of his son. His son is the opposite. Billy Graham was. I got baptized. I was at I accepted Jesus Christ as my personal savior at one of Billy Graham's crusades in New York City. My family went. He was preaching. He had said some words that really touched me. And I remember the message because I was about like 18 at the time, 18, 19 at the time. And the message that he was speaking on was on love and compassion and loving your neighbor and treating people with respect. And it was what he was saying in the message. You know, I come from a Christian family, but Jesus Christ for yourself. Like mommy and daddy's, mommy and daddy are Christian, and you're old enough, you have understanding, you need to accept Jesus Christ as your personal savior for yourself. And say of loving your neighbor and treating people with respect resonated with me. And, they always do an altar call at the end of the crusade. And I went up there and accepted Jesus Christ as my personal savior that day. And I look at his son, is a MAGA, I would say, apologist. And the words that his son preaches, oh, God is a is a warrior and God is this and God is, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? God is a God of love and respect. God is not a God of confusion. And the issue is that you're confusing the word of God to control people, to make people believe that they're better than others. Jesus himself was an immigrant. Jesus himself was an immigrant. Jesus himself was in a land that he wasn't from. And he taught us love and compassion. And we're doing the opposite. Look, you don't have to agree with the woman's lifestyle. And I'm okay if you don't agree with her life. That's your right. But to say that deserve, that she deserved to die, because she didn't agree with how people were just knocking door to door, claiming they're doing this raid story that was fake, that was taken care of half ago. The reason why all these agents are in the was a lie. All because Donald Trump doesn't like Tim Walz. That they're there. Increased ICE in Memphis or in Little Rock, Arkansas. The highest murder rate. Because the representatives from Arkansas are Republican. They're Republican. They have Little Rock, Arkansas has the highest murder rate. No ICE raids there. There's no, because hey, we're flooded with illegals. You're going to job sites. Think about it. We're flooded with illegals. You're going to people's job sites. People paid for a service. ICE agents are showing up, arresting the people who are working. They're going into Targets. Go to news. Grab the young man from Target to their vehicle, telling them, I'm a citizen, I'm a citizen. To him. They realize he's a citizen, get him out the car. He's crying. There's people, you can look up the video, it's available. Jesse Waters on that. Makes you look another human being. Makes you feel that you are better than them, but that they deserve less than you is a cult. And you guys are part of it. You guys can really fix it. The solution is in your hands. All you need to do is say enough. Enough of this. I'm going to make this a part one. There's a lot to unpack about why MAGA is a cult. And you may say, John, listen, I believe the Republican Party, there's MAGA, there are independents, and then there are Democrats. In part two, I'm going to talk about the radical left and the whole spin of how Trump constantly tells you radical left, radical left. But we have no address of where the radical left have their headquarters. We have no names of who are the leaders of the radical left. He just keeps saying the words radical left. And we're going to unpack that in part two of why MAGA is a cult. I was gonna make this in one video, but it's gonna be long, and I want you. I'm a firm believer a 20 to 25-minute video is enough, and having you watch a 2-hour soliloquy from me about why MAGA is a cult, I think we should.
Hold on. You should still be able to hear me, I think.
We're gonna keep this video to however many minutes it is, and we'll do a part 2. We might even do a part 3. But my goal is I want the MAGA community to just stop for a second and ask themselves, is this who I really am? And if it is, be in your truth. But if it really isn't, ask yourself, why am I like this? And if you attend a church that preaches about MAGA and Christian nationalism, imploring you, leave that church. Take your kids out. They're indoctrinating your kids. Take your kids out. Go somewhere where they're talking about love, loving thy neighbor, loving on each other, helping each other. Stop watching Fox News. Stop watching Newsmax. I would say watch Scripps News. I like Scripps News because Scripps News doesn't lean left, doesn't lean right. It's dead smack in the middle. It just reports the news. And it only reports on factual things that it has. It doesn't do all the other, stuff that you may feel the other channels may do. Watch Scripps News. That's my suggestion. So, all right. For coming, click that like, share, and subscribe button. I appreciate you all for being here. If you like my hat out of office, it's a black-owned company called Dress Code. Definitely check them out. If you want, I don't know. I don't like advertising and no one's cut me a check for it. But if you want the website, just drop a comment, and I will put the website in there. But it's called Dress Code. They got really dope tech stuff. So peace and love. Click the like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.